Have you ever stumbled upon an article or social media post about brain health, only to find that it barely mentions mental illness? It's as if the two are unrelated, but we know that's not the case. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly 1 billion people worldwide suffer from a mental disorder, and yet, discussions about brain health often seem to focus on lifestyle changes like diet and exercise, rather than addressing the elephant in the room. As we delve into the world of brain health, it's essential to understand that the term itself is quite broad. Brain health encompasses everything from cognitive function and emotional well-being to neurological disorders and mental illness. So, why do discussions about brain health so often ignore mental illness? Is it because mental illness is still stigmatized, or is there something more at play? To answer this question, let's first explore what we mean by brain health and why it's so important. Brain health is not just about the absence of disease, but about optimizing our brain function to improve our overall quality of life. As we explore the concept of brain health, it becomes clear that sleep optimization plays a critical role. During sleep, our brains undergo a process called synaptic pruning, where neural connections that are no longer needed are eliminated, making way for new ones to form. This process is essential for learning and memory, and it's also closely linked to mental health. Studies have shown that sleep disturbances are a common symptom of many mental health conditions, including depression and anxiety. So, if sleep optimization is so important for brain health, why don't we hear more about it in discussions about mental illness? One reason may be that the conversation around brain health is often dominated by the wellness industry, which tends to focus on lifestyle changes like meditation and mindfulness. While these practices can certainly be beneficial for mental health, they are not a replacement for medical treatment. In fact, research has shown that mindfulness-based interventions can be effective in reducing symptoms of anxiety and depression, but only when used in conjunction with other forms of therapy. As we move forward, it's essential to recognize the importance of a holistic approach to brain health, one that incorporates both lifestyle changes and medical treatment. As we move into the realm of mental illness, it's essential to acknowledge the significant impact that it has on individuals and society as a whole. Mental illness is not just a personal issue, but a public health concern that affects millions of people worldwide. According to the World Health Organization, mental health conditions like depression and anxiety are among the leading causes of disability globally. And yet, despite the severity of these conditions, many people struggle to access adequate treatment. In the United States, for example, it's estimated that nearly 1 in 5 adults experience mental illness each year, but only about 40% of them receive treatment. So, what's behind the lack of attention to mental illness in discussions about brain health? One possible explanation is that mental illness is still stigmatized, and people may be reluctant to talk about it openly. This stigma can be particularly challenging for individuals who are struggling with mental health conditions, as it can make them feel ashamed or embarrassed about their experiences. However, by ignoring mental illness in discussions about brain health, we may be perpetuating this stigma and making it more difficult for people to seek help. As we explore the relationship between brain health and mental illness, it's essential to recognize the complex interplay between the two. Brain health is not just about the absence of disease, but about optimizing our brain function to improve our overall quality of life. Mental illness, on the other hand, is a complex condition that can affect every aspect of a person's life, from their relationships and work performance to their overall sense of well-being. By acknowledging the connection between brain health and mental illness, we can begin to develop a more comprehensive approach to brain health, one that addresses the physical, emotional, and psychological factors that contribute to overall well-being. As we consider the implications of ignoring mental illness in discussions about brain health, it's essential to recognize the potential consequences. By failing to address mental health conditions, we may be putting people's lives at risk. Mental illness is a leading cause of disability and death worldwide, and it's essential that we take a proactive approach to addressing it. This includes not only providing access to medical treatment but also promoting lifestyle changes that support brain health, such as sleep optimization and social connection. In addition to the personal costs of ignoring mental illness, there are also significant economic consequences. Mental health conditions like depression and anxiety can have a major impact on productivity and economic output, costing businesses and governments billions of dollars each year. In the United States, for example, it's estimated that mental illness costs the economy over $200 billion annually. By acknowledging the importance of mental health and taking steps to address it, we can begin to reduce these costs and promote a healthier, more productive workforce. As we move forward, it's essential to recognize the importance of a comprehensive approach to brain health, one that addresses the physical, emotional, and psychological factors that contribute to overall well-being. This includes not only lifestyle changes like sleep optimization and social connection but also medical treatment and therapy. By acknowledging the connection between brain health and mental illness, we can begin to develop a more nuanced understanding of the complex factors that contribute to mental health conditions. So, what can we do to promote a more comprehensive approach to brain health? First, we need to acknowledge the importance of mental health and recognize that it's just as essential as physical health. This includes promoting lifestyle changes that support brain health, such as sleep optimization and social connection, as well as providing access to medical treatment and therapy. We also need to work to reduce the stigma surrounding mental illness, creating a culture where people feel comfortable talking openly about their experiences. As we consider the future of brain health, it's essential to recognize the potential for innovation and progress. Advances in fields like neuroscience and psychology are helping us to better understand the complex factors that contribute to mental health conditions, and new treatments and therapies are being developed all the time. By acknowledging the importance of mental health and taking a comprehensive approach to brain health, we can begin to promote a healthier, more resilient population. In conclusion, the lack of attention to mental illness in discussions about brain health is a significant concern that has major implications for individuals and society as a whole. By ignoring mental illness, we may be perpetuating stigma and making it more difficult for people to seek help. However, by acknowledging the connection between brain health and mental illness, we can begin to develop a more comprehensive approach to brain health, one that addresses the physical, emotional, and psychological factors that contribute to overall well-being. As we move forward, it's essential to recognize the importance of promoting a culture that values mental health and well-being. This includes not only providing access to medical treatment and therapy but also promoting lifestyle changes that support brain health, such as sleep optimization and social connection. By working together to promote a more comprehensive approach to brain health, we can begin to reduce the stigma surrounding mental illness and create a healthier, more resilient population. So, let's make a commitment to prioritize mental health and well-being, and to promote a culture that values brain health in all its complexity. As we consider the importance of brain health and mental illness, it's essential to recognize the role that each of us can play in promoting a healthier, more resilient population. By acknowledging the connection between brain health and mental illness, we can begin to develop a more nuanced understanding of the complex factors that contribute to mental health conditions. So, let's take the first step today, and make a commitment to prioritize mental health and well-being. Let's promote a culture that values brain health in all its complexity, and work together to create a healthier, more resilient population. Now, it's your turn to join the conversation. What do you think is the most important step we can take to promote a more comprehensive approach to brain health? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's work together to create a culture that values mental health and well-being. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on brain health and mental illness, and let's make a commitment to prioritize mental health and well-being, starting today.